flexible, seamless compensation plan. Thank you for being with us here today. Again, I'm Fabian Loso, North America Sales Executive, and I'm here at Corporate Sizzle International. And I do appreciate everyone's patience and being on with us today. All right, so Fast Start Bonus is our weekly payout. It's really a reward for your efforts when you're out spending your own time sharing the Sizzle products, the Sizzle opportunity with your friends and family and different business associates. We want to pay you immediately for those efforts. Now, the great thing about network marketing is the residual income comes into play, which we're going to talk about in a minute, which is getting paid time and time again off of that one effort you made. This Fast Start Bonus reflects your actual time of contacting and talking to different people, and we want that to be immediate, and we want it to be noticeable. So we pay 30% to you upon the initial orders, and actually for the first 4 weeks of your new person's purchases. So, you know, if they come in and maybe they order $100 of product, and then a couple weeks later they decide to order another $200, $300, $400, we're still paying you 30% for those first 4 weeks to the sponsor. Here an example on the right, it's just showing that if someone that you sponsored isn't eligible for Fast Start Bonus, it is going to roll up to you as long as you're eligible. And what do you need to be able to get Fast Start Bonus? Well, you just need to place a minimum of $50, place an minimum order of $50 each month, and within 4 weeks of each other. So the only thing that disqualifies you from Fast Start Bonus is if indeed you've let more than 4 weeks pass between your orders. For that whatever period of time lapses there after the 4 weeks, you wouldn't be eligible. But essentially, if you're placing at least $50 order every month, then you'll be eligible for this 30%. Now, the other cool thing is we want to also reward the sponsorship line. So these are the people who brought each other in, the enrolling sponsor or personal sponsor. And not only are we going to pay 30% to the enrolling sponsor, but we will pay an additional 5%. In this example, Bill is the enrolling sponsor. We will pay an additional 5% to Frank, an additional 5% to Sue, and additional 5% to you. You may not even know Bill in this example, but someone that you brought in someone that brought in someone, and you're still going to see the benefits of that each and every week. When there's a new enrollment, you'll see that 5%. Now, just to explain when we actually pay that, we break the month up into 4 bonus periods. Weekly periods, the 1st to the 7th, the 8th to the 15th, 8th to the 14th, the 15th to the 21st, and the 22nd to the end of the month. So whatever week you're in, when that week ends, you wait 2 business days, and then you'll see that Fast Start Bonus in your e-wallet. Really, really cool. We pay it out every single week, and again, an immediate reward for your efforts and your time spent sharing Sizzle with the world. Okay, so the 30% to the sponsor, and then an additional 555 up the enrollment line. Hey, here's an example showing the full payout. Again, that's 45% total. Okay. Really cool feature we've added in is for preferred customers, we are also paying a Fast Start Bonus and then up the upline. So what's happening here is it is based on the 30,555, but the preferred customer receives a 20% in points, preferred customer points. So that 20% pays out first, and so the 30,555 is reduced just a little bit to compensate for that. We're still paying out the same total amount. And so in this case with preferred customers, Bill will notice in the weekly check, he'll notice 20%. And then the upline, that 555 turns into about 3 1/3%. And again, that's just because the 20% does get paid first to the preferred customer. So we are paying a full Fast Start Bonus on distributors, and we are paying a full Fast Start Bonus on our customers, and rewarding the upline as well. Really, really, really cool feature that we've put in that we didn't used to do in the past. Okay, now you can see how you're getting your 30%, and it's bringing in the Fast Start retention bonus now. And so we want to make sure that you understand this, where they are tied to each other. So the Fast Start bonus covers the first 4 weeks. The Fast Start retention bonus covers the next 4 weeks, so weeks 5 to 8. This is also a new feature to our compensation plan, and it really rewards you not just for the efforts you did in helping someone get acquainted with Sizzle products, or join our Sizzle opportunity, but it's also rewarding you for building your team and for encouraging them to still be with us the following month and place that second order. Now, we're not on this weekly payout. We're not looking at the calendar month per se. We're looking at their first 4 weeks and then their next 4 weeks. Okay, and we're using those bonus periods of the 1st through the 7th, the 8th through the 15th, the 14th, the 15th through the 21st, and the 22nd to the end of the month. So that's where the weeks start. Let's say I enrolled on the 3rd of the month. That would put me in week 1, and I would have the rest of that week and then another 3 bonus weeks to complete my week 4. And then the Fast Start retention bonus comes into play weeks 5 through 8. So what happens there? Well, let's say they came in at the 200 level in their first 4 weeks. When they match that again in their next 4 weeks at the 200 level, they place their second order, or maybe even they do 100 on week 5, 100 on week 8. It doesn't matter if it's split up. We're going to pay you 15% additional to that Fast Start bonus that you received the first 4 weeks. You're going to get an extra 15%, and that's a weekly payout as well. So when your new team members order that second month or those second 4 weeks, you're going to receive 15% of Fast Start retention bonus. Now, when you hit the second calendar month after that 4-week period, our residual commission, our direct commission, comes into play too. So essentially, you're getting paid double on those second 4 weeks where you're going to start earning the direct commission, and you will also earn this Fast Start retention bonus for your keeping your team members on board. Okay, so let's see how it works. They come in and they do their second month's order. I'm going to get 15% if it's at the 200 level. Okay? If their second order is at 150, meaning 150 to 199 BV, I'm going to get 10%. It does come down a little bit when they fall off the 200 level. And then if they're at the 100 level, which is 100 to 149 BV, then we will still pay a 5% retention bonus on that second month's order. So just keep in mind that you are shooting for the 200, the platinum status each month, and we want each distributor to be at that level if possible. If not, we're still going to pay you either a 10% or a 5% on that second month. Okay. Now we move on to the residual commission. This is the unilevel commission. The direct commission is what we call it. It's a commission where 100% of the volume purchased by your group is coming into this and paying out 7 levels deep. So right from the get-go, you're qualified for 4 levels. Okay, as long as you have one person in your group that's ordering at least 50 a month and you're eligible, you're going to receive this direct commission. Okay, now you do need to be at the bronze level at least, and we use these levels, the platinum, gold, silver, bronze. We use these just to judge your level of commitment to Sizzle International. So it's your auto purchase level, your AP or auto ship, as you may be familiar with. When you set that, and it's set at 50 a month, we call it the bronze level. 100 is silver, 150 is gold, 200 is platinum. Now what that does is it's going to determine your qualification for what percentages you're receiving on this direct commission. It's very, very important. Now at the minimum 50, you are eligible for 4 levels of payout. So I mean, we do reward you, but at the 200 level, the percentages essentially double, and it really maximizes the plan. So our goal is to have everyone doing 200 each month. So let's look at these percentages. Again, we're going to use the platinum level as the example here. where basically everyone I bring into my organization is going to fall into one of these levels. I can place them on different levels, or I can leave them front line to me on level 1. That's your choice. You do have 60 days to decide where to place your new people. You can move them around in the second month if you'd like. So level 1 pays 5%, level 2's at 10%, level 3's at 15%. It's very interesting there. Level 4 is 10%, and then 5, 6, 7 go 5, 5, 2. Okay, that's a total of 52%. Now you'll notice at the gold level, which means you're qualifying at 150 per month, the percentages drop only by 1%. So it's not necessarily gonna be a very noticeable penalty, but it does drop a little bit at the 150 level. And then silver, which is the 100 level, does drop you down another percentage point. So now you're 2 percentage points away from the platinum. And bronze is actually half of the platinum, so there's a bigger drop there. So again, it's in your benefit to be at the platinum level and to encourage all of your distributors to be on the platinum level as well. Now, if you look at the very far right of this little chart here, you'll notice it's just telling you how many distributor legs you need. A distributor leg is basically one distributor that you've enrolled that's frontline to you, that's purchasing at least 50 PV a month, and that would be a qualified leg. So from day one, you bring in one person, you're already eligible to receive 4 levels of payout. Once you add a 4th person frontline to you, you are eligible for 5 levels of payout. And when you add a 5th frontline person to you, you're eligible for 6 levels of payout. Now, if we're using a 3x3 model, for example, it goes 3, 9, 27. You get to that 4th level, and you fill that out. You're talking about a 120 or so people in your group at that point. And then once you get that big, you'd want to add that 4th person so you could get paid on level 5, and then that 5th person so you could get paid on level 6. That's just an example to show that adding 2 more people at that point would be very beneficial to you as your organization continues to grow. If you're using a 4x4 model, and we'll look at a couple examples, but if you look at a 4x4 model, you only have to worry about opening up that level 6 at some point by adding the 5th person. But again, from day one, you're getting paid 4 levels, and you really don't need to worry about the level 5 until you start getting deep enough. You just add 1 person to your front line to take care of that, and you've just opened up a whole other level of percentages for you that you're getting paid on. So again, this is a pure unilevel payout. It's real simple. It pays exactly what it says it'll pay. 100% of the bonus volume, or BV, is going to go through here. So if I have someone on level 3 that orders 100 BV, I'm going to get paid $15 on that 100. I mean, it's real simple. You can share this with anybody, and it's the main source of income for most of our distributors as they get started. Okay. We're going to talk about some other sources of income before we finish up today. And hopefully that this part is real easy to grasp. It's a simple, it reflects your downline, pays you percentages based on where the people are coming from. Now, this doesn't matter if you enrolled them or not. This is your full organization placement, if you will. You do not have to be the enrolling sponsor. You get paid these percentages on everybody in your group as they fit into these levels. Okay, so here's some examples. Let's compare with some of the other plans, and then maybe you could guess what companies we're comparing to there. There's a few. I mean, we're a small group here. Maybe I'll get myself in trouble by saying that the first example there, I believe, is LifeVantage. Then we've got Visalis and Nerium. This is our unilevel payout compared to theirs. As you can see, we do pay quite a bit more, and we're paying on 100% of the BV. It's very easy to reach. I mentioned you only need to be at the $50 level each month to receive commissions. To get these percentages that we're showing here in this example, you would need to be at the 200 level each month. So we're paying not quite double, but getting close to double what the other companies pay through the levels. This kind of compares our new plan to what we were doing in January and over the last year and a half. And as you can see, there is more money up front. In the past, we used to only pay on the first $100 of every order. So the percentages were good, but we were only paying on $100 of every order. In the new plan, we're paying on 100%. It doesn't matter. The order could be $1,000. We're going to pay on the full 1,000. So you'll notice level 3 in particular, if someone were to order 200, you're making a lot more on those 27 people than you were on the old plan. And that's the big difference is this is really going to help people go from a group of 20 or 30 people to a group of 120, 150, 200, 500 people. It's really going to help grow the group from a small to medium size to a large group, because you're going to see the results right away. You're going to get paid as you fill in that level 3. You're going to get paid as you fill in that level 4. And again, in this example, which is a 3x3, meaning you brought in 3 people, they brought in 3 people, they brought in 3 people. Through level 4, you're only talking about 120 people or so. Okay, and with 120 people, you're making quite a bit of money. You're making $2,600 a month already. So, again, lots of money up front. People that you bring to Sizzle that start recruiting and sharing the opportunity, the products, they will see a return on their investment right away. The full level 6 here, we're talking about a group with roughly 1,100 people or so. I actually didn't do the math on how many people that is, but roughly 1,100 people. You're making 12 grand a month. That's extremely lucrative. You're at the 150,000 a year. That's a very happy person. I don't want to focus on those huge numbers, but if you just look at the smaller examples, we're talking about with 12 people, we're making we're getting our product for free. With 20 people, we're making $500 a month. With 120 people, we're making $2,600. I think it's 39 is the number that gets us to 1,000. I mean, it's very real, and this isn't if you do X, Y, Z. This is how it is. You qualify at 200. You build a group of 39 that do the same, you're going to make $1,000 a month. Very easy to share, very easy to explain. So here's the example that I was just talking to you about. Again, making $1,020 a month with 39 people. Okay, you brought in 3 people that each shared the opportunity with 3, that each shared the opportunity with 3. We can actually show it on one slide. Every person there is represented. And what's funny is with some other companies, to make $1,000 a month, we'd have to have about 4 times the amount of little men figures there to show the payout. And this is the real deal, guys. This is folks. This is 39 people going through our plan is going to make you over $1,000 a month. Now, if you do a 4x4 model, it's going to be even more, and you'll get the money even quicker. But $1,000 a month is going to change someone's life. I mean, that's your modest home mortgage right there. That's 2 car payments at least, maybe 3 car payments. I mean, that's a big deal. That's all your monthly bills covered, and that's a big part of tuition if you have children in college, and depending on where they're at, of course. But I mean, that's a serious lifestyle change at $1,000 a month just by sharing Sizzle with 39 people. Okay, let's move on to our master check match. The whole deal with this is we're taking the opportunities that you've given yourselves by bringing people over to Sizzle that have become master distributors, and you've helped them grow their organizations, so now we're going to reward you back. And with the direct commission, you know, that's, again, you bring in 3 people, they bring in 3, they bring in 3. You're getting paid on the other people's efforts month in and month out. And so it's not necessarily on time you're putting in. Well, this one is, we've got the, you know, the passive income, we've got the active income and the fast start bonus. Well, this is really the generational, the big reward from Sizzle, just saying thank you for building your team out. Thank you for teaching people how to be leaders. And thank you for encouraging your downline to move up the ranks and to grow their groups. And so we have this master check match. Really, really cool. At first, it'll be a little bit of extra money that's coming into you. And as time moves on, as you help your groups build and expand out and grow and develop in a healthy way organically, you will notice this check match just become exponentially greater to where it could be your main source of income at one point, depending on how big your group gets. So it's a really, really cool generational payout, and I want to make sure we all understand this. What we define as a generation is all of your personally sponsored masters. So everyone in your group, you know, they're going to be distributors, customers, and they're going to start moving up the ranks. You know, obviously the customers will remain customers. Your distributors will hopefully reach the title of master, which requires 1,000 downline volume. And as your master develops their own group, there will be more masters there. And anyway, what we're talking about with Generation 1 is everyone that you've personally sponsored or personally enrolled, no matter where you've placed them in your group, but they're people that you are the enrolling sponsor of, and they've become masters. They've hit the rank of master. Maybe they did it in their first month with our fast track to master option, or they have organically grown to master by accumulating 5,000 points over a period of time and are reaching that 1,000 downline volume mark. Okay, essentially 5 people doing 200 would qualify you as a master. Okay, and if you're doing 200, four people would, because your volume counts as your downline volume. So when you go here and you look at all your personally sponsored masters, then Generation 2 is everybody that they brought in. So Generation 2 are all the masters that have been personally enrolled by Generation 1. Generation 3 are all the masters personally enrolled by Generation 2, and Generation 4 are all the masters personally enrolled by Generation 3. So you may not have a connection to Generations 4, 3, 2, and that's okay. You know, we're talking about starting with everyone that you brought in reaching master first. And when we say master, we do mean master and above. So when they reach the titles of 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, they will be generating this check match to you, which potentially can go 4 generations deep, and like I said, over time become an extremely lucrative source of income. So let's talk about how it works. When you become a 1-star master, meaning you've reached the monthly downline volume number of 7,500. Okay, that reflects everybody in your group. It takes into consideration all of their PV, adds it together. When that number is 7,500, you've become a 1-star master. You are now eligible to receive 10% of the direct commission check of everybody on Generation 1. So now you can see it's in your best interest to enroll people. You know, you do want to have personally enrolled masters throughout your organization. Okay, so everybody on Generation 1, which are your personally enrolled masters, you're going to get a 10% check match on their residual check, on their direct commission check, which is really cool. If I have a master in my group, let's say he's on my 2nd level, and that master, you know, has been working hard, and they get to 1-star master, let's say they get to 2-star master. Anyway, they're growing. Their check's going to go up and my check match is going to go up. So do I want all my masters to get a big check? Yes, I do, because I'm going to receive 10% of that. So as that encourages that team building behavior, you know, I now am directly interacting with the success of my team and benefiting from it. It doesn't matter if someone gets to a higher rank than you do. We want that to happen. We want everybody in your group to get to 5-star master, and it's not going to hurt you one bit, right? It just means your check match is going to go up. So again, it starts as a 1-star master, and you're going to receive 10% of your generation 1. When you become a 2-star master, which is 20,000 downline volume, again, this is counting your entire group with no cutoffs or anything like that, no blockage, just 20,000 straight downline volume. You're now eligible for a generation 2 master check match of 5%. So all of your generation 1, anybody they brought in that is also a master or above will generate this 5% for you, and you'll receive that. These are monthly payouts that will come with your direct commission checks, you know, on the 13th to 15th of each month. So again, you'll get that generation 2 as a 2-star. As a 3-star master, which requires a 50,000 downline volume, you will get a 3% match on generation 3. And when you become a 4-star, that 3% becomes 5%. So now you're getting a full 10-5-5, 3 generations deep. 4-star requires 100,000 downline volume. And once you get to 5-star, which is 250,000 downline volume, which it looks like a big number, but really, I mean, you're talking about a group, you know, that's maybe 1,000 to 2,000 people, something like that. I mean, it's not a ridiculous number. It is not impossible to get to 5-star. It's a great goal to have and to work towards. When you get to that number, you're now eligible for the full 4 generations, the 10-5-5-5. And again, you are getting a percentage of all of these masters checks. And so what does that represent? Well, they're getting paid off of their whole group, and you're getting a cut of that. So again, as you help them become successful, you will receive the benefits of that as well. And so hopefully it creates a great team building atmosphere, a great group atmosphere. And just to put it in perspective, with these payouts we've talked about so far, in our previous plan, we basically had this master commission that was only available to masters and above. That's why we only paid the direct commission on the first 100. Now, we've taken that pot of money and given it over to to everybody. We've made the master commission available to everybody by paying 100% of the volume through the direct commission. Now, we had this other thing, this other payout that was available to 3-star masters and above, which was called the builder's bonus. We've now taken that pot of money and we've made it available to 1-stars and above through this master check match. So again, you could see how we took this stretched out plan. It was a pretty good plan, but there was a select few people making a lot of money, and we've now brought it in to where all these payouts are available to people, you know, that didn't have access to it before. So we're really excited about this. Frankly, I was blown away that we were able to make these enhancements in a way that actually worked and that didn't bankrupt Sizzle International. But you know, as you guys know, Tom Maurer Sr. and Tom Maurer Jr., they only build on profits. They've been debt-free since 1974. And, you know, Sizzle International is able to do certain things that other companies can't because we do manufacture our own products. We do control the end-to-end process. You know, we have our own manufacturing facility, our own offices around the world. Everything's paid for, and we don't run into those problems. So we do have a little bit more to play with, if you will, than what most companies have. And everything I'm showing you today, there's no catch to this. You know, we really do pay that money out on the direct commission. We really do pay you a 30% fast start bonus weekly. We really do pay that 15% retention bonus. And here on the check match, I mean, this is going to be. I'm just waiting to see how all our teams start building, and And in 3 to 4 months, how many people are just really getting a nice check match on this master check match payout? It's a really exciting program. Again, it's a generational payout, whereas the direct commission literally pays on just your group, regardless of whether you personally enrolled them or not. So, master check match. If you can't tell, I get excited about it. Now, we do have one rule with the master check match, just to avoid manipulation and just keep everyone honest and building correctly. We call it the 50% rule. And I wanted to explain this to you because it is important, and we want to be able to pay you on 100% of your volume. And so we want to be able to explain this to you in a way that makes sense. So we're going to look at this example. Now, the rule is that you can't have more than 50% of your total volume count from one leg. And so if you build evenly, then you don't have a problem there. But if you start stacking everything into one leg, there may be a scenario where some of that volume won't count for this master check match and for your master rank qualifications. So let me show you what we're talking about here. And here we have an example. We have someone who's brought in 3 people, who's brought in 3 people, and so forth. They follow this 3x3 model, but they have 3 legs, if you will. The yellow image there is the sponsor, the person we're talking about, and he's built out his organization through 3 frontline distributors. Okay, so leg 1, the blue leg, has 12,000 PV per month. Leg 2 is generating 8,000. Leg 3 is generating 14,000. So it's pretty evenly built. Leg 3 is a little bigger than leg 2. Leg 3 is a little bigger. Leg 2 is the smallest. The total of the whole group is 34,000 downline volume. So what are we going to look at? Well, we want to make sure that no more than 50% is coming from one leg. So 50% of 34,000 is 17,000. So 17,000 would be the most I can use from one leg without having some of it not count for me. So in this example, 100% of the volume counts. So their total downline volume of 34,000 is what we call their qualified downline volume. 100% of it counts because none of the legs have more than 17,000 in this case. Now, if we were to take the 8 and put it over on the 12 to where one leg had 20,000, then in that example, which we'll show you a different one here in just a sec, in that example you'd have 2 legs, one with 20,000, one with 14,000. Again, total still 34, but 3,000 from that power leg, if you will, wouldn't count. And so we want to make sure that people are building evenly and are helping their organizations grow. And you can see here, it doesn't have to be perfectly even, but the 8,000 is quite a bit smaller than the leg with 14,000. But as long as none of those legs surpass 17,000, 100% of the volume is going to count for their qualification. So essentially, their total DV of 34,000 becomes a qualifying DV of 34,000, and that would make them a 2-star master, which is 20,000 and above, right? So this person would be a 2-star master and would be eligible to receive 2 generations on the check match. Let's look at this example, which shows some volume that would not be used towards the qualification. And here in leg 1 you have 12. Leg 2 has 8. Leg 3 is kind of that power leg where they've been building that out. Leg 3 has 30,000 with a total of 50,000 downline volume. So the rule is that no more than 50% of the total can come from one leg and count for you in these qualifications. So here we look at the example. So 50% of the total would be 25,000. So we look here, and are any of the legs over 25,000? Yes, we have that bigger leg that is at 30,000. So essentially, only 25,000 is going to be used from that leg. There's going to be 5,000 there that's not going to count towards the qualifications, the master qualifications or for the check match qualification. So hopefully that makes sense. So in this example, there's 5,000 there that's not going to count, but we're still going to use 25,000 in your favor. So since leg 3 is 30,000 PV, I can use 25,000, and so my total volume here is 50,000, but my qualified volume, my qualified DV, if you will, downline volume, is going to be 45,000. So it looks like I'm a 3-star master, but not quite. I'm actually going to come up 5,000 short in this example because I have one leg that's so much bigger than the other ones. So what would I want to do to correct that? You know, I'd want to make sure that if I brought new people into my organization, I was bringing them into the other legs, okay, to help build that out and help make up that 5,000 elsewhere. And that is a rule, again, we've put into place just to help drive the proper behavior and to help avoid manipulation of the plan. So if you do have questions on that, I'd be more than happy to talk to you on an individual basis. But I'm going to go back to this example where there's absolutely zero problem here, 100% of the volumes counting for your qualification. In this example, one leg does have more than half of the total in it, and so anything that goes over that limit is not going to count towards your qualification. And again, this doesn't affect your direct commission. It doesn't affect anything but your master rank, which then determines how many generations you can get on a check match. So in this case, the 5,000 is significant because it's the difference between being a 2-star at 20,000 and getting a 2-generation check match, or being a 3-star at 50,000 and getting that 3rd-generation check match. So these are things you're going to want to look at as you grow your groups, and as they get larger, make sure you're building evenly, and that you never have more than half of the total in one leg, just to ensure that we can use 100% of your volume for your qualification on the master ranks. Okay, let's move on to the luxury auto bonus. I really love this program. I look at that car every time I show this slide, and it makes me really like what we do here at Sizzle International. We'll pay you up to $750 to drive the car you want. $750 a month does get you a very decent vehicle, believe me. And we're also flexible. I mean, we let you choose the vehicle you want, and it's very simple. You just show us the purchase order of your car, or the proof, you know, that it's yours, and we'll pay you every month so that you can drive that car. If you're not interested in the full payout or buying a car in itself, you can request half of the luxury auto bonus in cash. The luxury auto bonus, whether you're doing the cash or the full payout, does require that you fill out a form that's online and you send it in to our customer service team. They'll make sure that gets activated on your account. If you're requesting the full amount for the car, we do ask to see, you know, the record that you did purchase a luxury vehicle, and that and we want a picture of you with your new car. So we'd love to make a big deal about this, and just kind of share the different stories of how Sizzle International is helping people experience lifestyle changes. And so you do build up to the 750. The way you start is by being a 2-star master, which has that qualification of 20,000 downline volume, and you need to earn 2,000 a month. Now, there are a lot of car programs out there that they put you into a deal, some sort of lease or loan with a car, and then the next month your numbers drop a bit, and all of a sudden you're stuck with this car you can't pay for. Well, we have that $2,000 requirement just to make sure that you are making a solid residual income from Sizzle, and that should your numbers drop one month, you know, you have something happen, you know, it's not going to make it so you're stuck there with a car you can't pay for. So as a 2-star master earning $2,000 a month, you are now eligible for the $300 that we pay out. And again, you can ask for half of that in cash if you don't want to use it towards a car. Once you reach the rank of 3-star, we're going to up that allotment to $500. As a 4-star, you'll get $600, and as a 5-star, you'll receive $750. This is monthly. It'll come in your monthly check, and Again, 750 gets you a pretty nice car. So we've looked at various companies that do car bonus programs. We've compared ours, and we do feel like this is the best one out there. One of the most popular ones caps it off at 600. Other ones have different requirements so that essentially you get your car, but it's very likely that the next month you won't be able to afford it anymore. So we've built this in a way that ensures you enjoy your luxury vehicle for a long time, and that it does impact your life, And when we do the 50% cash, again, just as a special reward to those who maybe already drive a car that they like, or just want to make some extra money through our luxury auto bonus. Again, if you are eligible for this, you just fill out a form that you could download online and fax or scan it into us. You could email customer service, and we do process those manually and essentially turn on this bonus for you. It's not something that will happen automatically. So I just want to remind you of that. You do need to apply for it. That, folks, is our five-star compensation plan. Really, every single person is important. We are all shooting for that 200 level. We want to build evenly, and we want to continue enrolling people and placing them in our organization. Actually, there's no penalty to placing people. Just keep in mind that wherever you place them, that will be the level that you're getting paid on. However, in your generational scheme of things, they will always be Generation 1, no matter where you place them. So you could essentially build a very, very deep organization past the 7 levels, and into down to levels 20, 30, and you're still getting a check match because you brought someone in. So really value each person in your group. Help them reach the 200 level every month. Help them share Sizzle with other people. This plan now is easy. We have the one-page explanation. It's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I was just giving you a 30-second explanation, I'd say, hey, we have some upfront money. You can get 30% of everyone new that you bring in. That's our fast start bonus. When they reorder the next month, you get 15%. That's our fast start retention bonus. We pay 7 levels deep on our direct commission. We're putting 100% of the volume into that, and the company pays out a total of 52% through that, with the first 4 levels becoming very important to you at 5, 10, 15, 10. We also have a generational payout that's going to reward you as your personally enrolled people begin growing their groups, and you can get 10, 5, 5% on your masters and above as they build the organization. So essentially, as you encourage your people to make a bigger check, you're going to make a bigger check. Very, very cool. And to top it all off, car bonus, we'll pay you up to $750 a month to drive a luxury vehicle. And that's it. That's 30 seconds. That's our compensation plan. I would ask somebody that I'm sharing this with, so how much are you making now in your current company? Okay, and how many people do you have in your group? Okay. I guarantee you that they're not making very much at all, because most companies don't pay out as much as we do. Or if they do, they have very delicate rules on how to acquire the money. So I would just take their current pay, their numbers, plug it into our system, and say, well, if you joined Sizzle tomorrow, brought your people over, this is how much you'd make. In fact, with only 39 people, you'd be making $1,000 a month, and that type of thing. So that's how you maximize the plan. You share it, you keep it simple, and we're going to use these 3 questions just for you to understand what we're looking at. Okay, I want to make as much money as possible. I want to support my team, and I want to maximize the range and ability to capture all the commissions I can, not just for me but for my team. So this is really what we want to look at. And so when someone starts asking you some of these questions, we just have a couple slides here to show you what's important to focus on. Where am I going to put my new person? Well, is that going to help my commissions? Is it going to help the team? Does their placement allow me to actually, what we mean by maximize my range, it means when they start building, are they going to be out of my 6 levels, or out of my 5 levels? When you first start out, if you're only 3 wide or 4 wide, you want to make sure that you're not putting people in places where you really won't benefit from their efforts. So again, you can ask yourself these 3 questions over and over again, and it'll help you understand what to do. Do I want to get 10%? Do I want to get 5%? Now, if I bring someone in that I know is a big product user, and maybe they're never going to grow a big group, but they're going to order $500, $600 a month because they're really into the brain vitality, they're really into the TSX, they're really into the sizzling, whatever it might be, the triangle of life. I know they're going to order $500, $600 a month. I want to bring them in. I'm going to put those people on my 3rd level because I can get 15% of that every month. So we want to really think about these 3 questions, and you don't want to do something that necessarily benefits you but hurts the team. You want to always keep the team in mind because it's the team that grows. The growing team is what's going to help you in the long run. Okay, what you get right then and there will help you in the short run, but as it's your team that's going to help you in the long run. So here we want to talk about building correctly. Again, don't let the weeks pass by where you're not going to get paid. Don't let more than 4 weeks pass between your orders. Make sure you always have an AP set in the system. Make sure that and when you go in and place an order, it always asks you, hey, do you want to replace your AP? Do you want this to be a new AP? Do you want this in addition to your AP? So the system always asks you what you want to do when you place an order, and so it doesn't hurt to always have an AP in there to make sure you're maximizing your qualification and the commissions you can receive. Also, I would mention at this point that when you bring customers in, preferred customers, if they're front line to you, their points will count as if they're your points. So you can use preferred customers to your advantage to help you qualify, but make sure that you have an AP set in your back office so that you're eligible for all these commissions. The direct commission requires a minimum of 50 PV and an AP. So keep that in mind. Now, when you get to the master check match, we do require a 200 monthly order, which I didn't mention previous, but to get the master check match, we do require a 200 level as well. So knowing the weeks, when the AP runs, making sure I'm eligible for fast start bonus, that's really important. The last thing we want to do is see someone miss out on their 30% because they let a few days pass before placing their second order. Okay. We went over the bonus weeks a little bit when we were talking about fast start. These bonus weeks are taken care of every single month. That's how we track them. And I'll end with this piece of advice, just understanding how it works. When we talk about someone having their first 30 days or their first 4 weeks, we're using these dates. And so let's say I sign up on the 6th, right? That week 1 is going to end for me on the 7th. And then I'll get week 2, 3, 4 to earn fast start bonus or to qualify for master in 4 weeks. So if I sign up on the 6th or 7th, I'm actually going to get 3 weeks and a couple days. Whereas if I sign up on the 1st, I'm going to get a full 4 weeks. And we have to track those bonus weeks just so we can pay a weekly commission. That's why we have them. Now the same happens if I enroll someone on the 13th, for example. It's the same thing. I'm going to get 3 weeks and 2 days there. But if I enroll someone on the 8th or on the 15th, then I'm going to get a full 4 weeks. So if those couple extra days do matter to you, you may want to focus on enrolling people as close to the 1st, 8th, 15th, and 22nd as you can. That gives you a full 28 days, a full 4 weeks of fast start bonus. If you enroll people closer to the 7th, 14th, 21st, close to the end of the month, then you're gonna miss a couple days there because week 1 will end as soon as you hit that that end of the bonus week. So we do want to explain that as well. And the only thing we use this for is fast start bonus qualification, and then the first 4 weeks of when you're trying to do the fast track to master, if that's the case. So that's what we're looking at as far as maximizing the plan, as far as building your organization evenly, as far as looking at how to let me go back here just 1 second. Okay, I think we're back now. We want to make sure that we're maximizing it, we're building, we're encouraging the team atmosphere. We also want to make sure that we're helping our team as we go along. And the traditional network marketing that got the bad reputation of being a pyramid scheme involved just these top guys that got in early. They could just sit back and let everyone else do the work. We're really not about that. We're not about showing someone up on stage that made $1 million and we make a big deal about it, but he's the one guy that did it, and we know everyone else is getting ripped off. We're not that type of company, guys. We're not the flash. We're not the smoke and mirrors. We're very real, and we believe that these 5 sources of income with decent work and dedication can get you in a very quick period of time to making $1,000, $2,000 per month, and from there grow into that $10,000, $50,000, 6 figures per month. We do have people all over Sizzle that that are getting closer to that $100,000 per month. We have several distributors in Japan that reach that level. Here in the United States, we've had a little less time to grow our groups than in Japan, but there is big money to be made, but that's not what we're trying to do here. We're really trying to help the average person get to $1,000, $2,000 a month and experience a lifestyle change. From there, what you do with that is up to you. The big money that is there for the taking, and it is what it is. But we're not going to try to promote this. Hey, get in quick, be one of the first. Get everyone's check and just sit back and do nothing. We want to create a team atmosphere. We want to build together. We want to be, from the corporate side, we want to be your partners in this, and we want to help you, take as much money from us as possible. And I know that sounds like a bad business model, but that's really what we want. We want to work with you, and I hope I've been able to explain it, in a way that makes sense. These 5 sources of income, and I will go ahead and unmute. I'll unmute the lines here. If any of you have questions, maybe you can let me know by clicking. Let's see, I've got DW and Danielle. It looks like you hit your. I'm going to go DW first. Do you have a question, DW? I've got you live on the webinar.
A question is not really a question, but you are awesome, dude, and a huge kudos and thanks to you, the corporate team. You guys never fail to deliver first-class information with a first-class attitude and follow-through. What people don't realize is by some of the things you're doing here, if you didn't do those things, the company can make more money. But you're showing the team member how they can make more money. It's just like the volume thing. Not making all your money on one leg. Wow, that would be easy. But now you spread it out, so people are actually having to work a little bit of width and work some depth, so they'll actually make bigger checks, more checks, which is ginormous and huge as far as I'm concerned. And
yeah,
so
no.
Big thanks from the team and everybody here, big guy.
Oh, thanks, DW, and thanks for all you're doing. I was trying to stall a bit. I didn't see you on there at first, but I think you finally made it on. I'm glad you were with us, and that is the truth here. We want to give you as much money as we legally can, and still manage to manufacture our own products. Right? We can't break the bank, but we do want to help you get as much of it as possible. So that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up. I will go over to Danielle. Did you have a question? Okay, maybe I missed Danielle here. I'll come back to you in a minute. I have Mr. Mark Ellis. You are live if you have a question.
Can you hear me?
I can, perfectly.
Okay. My question is just, you had mentioned at one point in the presentation about placing people to help the team as opposed to helping just yourself more. I don't really understand how you do that and what the placement exactly is in that. So can you give more examples of that principle? How you would place people to help the team instead of just yourself, mainly.
Sure, Mark. I'm going to go ahead and mute you again. That's a really good point. When we're talking about helping the team, now I should put a disclaimer in there. You never want to hurt yourself either. You need to think about yourself. I have worked closely with a few distributors in the past that cared so much about their team, they ended up with very little themselves, and the way they built was detrimental to their own success. Now, that was again with the previous plan, which had more opportunity for that kind of behavior. But with this one, when I talk about helping your team, now when you're starting from scratch, if you build healthily and you follow the model and you're going out, you have 3-4 legs and they're building deep, there's not going to be much to help there right off the bat. Now, as you start building, you may notice that someone on your second level is having a hard time. I mean, they've been talking to people. Maybe they're not seeing the success that they could be, and you want to kind of help them out a little bit and just say, hey, look, I want you to really become that leader. So I might place somebody underneath them. So now they're level 3 to me. I'm actually helping myself because I'm going to get 15% off of that, but it's going to be front line to this person. So now they now have an extra leg in their down line that they didn't have before. Maybe that helps them get one more level of commission, going from level 4 to 5. Maybe that just gets them excited that the following month they're going to see a little bit of direct commission off of that person you just gave them. Now, me as the sponsor, I'm still going to see the 15%, but had I put them front line to me at the 5% level, it wouldn't have helped that person below me. So it's kind of strategically placing people in your organization to fill holes that may be opening up as maybe 1 or 2 people drop out or someone gets a little discouraged. You can use the placement strategically, and it helps you too, because you're actually in that example I gave, you're getting more direct commission on that person as well. Now, when we place people, you still get the fast start bonus on them, the 30%. It's just that they'll become part of that new downline, when the direct commission pays out. They're still tied to you. They're still your generation 1. And so what happens is I just help my team member by essentially creating a new leg for them. But I also just created a new generation 1 for myself. So when that new person gets to master, it's going to give me a generation 1 check match, and all the people below that person, assuming they build a group, will end up being my generation 2 and 3 and so forth. So it's the way the new plan works. It encourages the team building aspect, but it also rewards the individual. Now, where might I not want to place that person to help myself? Well, if I'm a small group at first, I may not want to put someone down on level 4 because I'm only getting paid on 4 levels at the beginning, and so when let's say that person turned into a big builder, I'm not going to see very very much of that at all. So I do want to be careful not to hurt myself, Mark, but the key is to see how it helps you first, see how it helps your team second, and then really see if it makes sense and it maximizes the plan. I hope I've answered your question. I'll put you back on the line.
Yeah, that was good. That gives me an idea about what you were talking about. I appreciate that.
Okay, yeah, and it's more about the placement, helping people feel success, and really analyzing your downline and seeing where there may be some gaps. Now, for those of you that already had groups that have come over and now you're dealing with this new and newly enhanced compensation plan, you can immediately analyze your downline and see if there are any of these gaps to fill. If you're a brand new distributor and you're just starting to build, then you go as you go. But that's what we're talking about when we talk about helping the group. And there's some serious benefits to placing people now, where in the past you may have gotten penalized for putting them somewhere, and then they become in the past when they became a master, they essentially weren't part of your personal group anymore. So this is a little different animal, and it does encourage that team building atmosphere. Let's see. Oh, Danielle is back. We'll go over to Danielle. Are you with us, Danielle?
Hello.
Yep, you're live. Did you have a question?
Can you hear me, Fabian?
I can. It's a little muffled, but I can hear you.
Oh. Okay. Fabian, you did a great job, by the way. I like the new and improved slides.
Good.
So my question is, when it comes to Generation 1 and Level 1, your Generation 1, do you kind of start all over, sort of? And what I mean by that is, do you still, when you have a Generation 1, do you still get to 7 levels with that generation? Does my question make sense?
Yeah. I just muted you again just for the background noise. But yeah, good question, Danielle. So let me explain that again. So the Level 1 is always going to be the people frontline to me, and those are the people that I enrolled, and then they enroll people, and I can place people wherever. But essentially, I'm going to build this group 7 levels deep, let's say 8 levels deep, wherever it ends up. There's going to be this whole group that's built. Now, when we're talking about a Generation 1, we're talking about just the people that you personally enrolled. So let's say I place someone down on Level 4, so I personally enroll this person, I put them on Level 4, they're always going to pay out to me in the direct commission as a Level 4, which is 10%. So they're always going to pay out to me 10%. Now, on the generation side of things, that's going to be a Generation 1 for me. And so whoever they personally enroll will be a Generation 2 for me. And that would be important for the check match. But as far as the direct commission goes, when they bring someone in frontline, they're Level 4 to me. They bring someone in frontline, it's going to be Level 5 to me. That makes sense. I'll bring you back on, Daniel.
That makes sense, Fabian. That's where I was confused, so I appreciate you clarifying that.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. And so we're not. I mean, it'd be nice to get a double direct commission like that, but I think we'd all be out of a job if that were the case. But so they do fit into your organization wherever you place them in the levels. And that's for the direct commission. But then for the check match, it is a new Generation 1. So you can go down 4 generations from there, depending on who enrolls who. And essentially, you can have generations, 10, 20 levels deep that maybe you don't see on the direct commission, but you do see on the check match because it's gotten that big. Okay. So thanks for your question, Danielle. And let's see. If there are no other questions, I just wanted to thank DW for planning this again, and thank you to all of you who have stayed on. I know sometimes it gets a little dry to just talk about the numbers. Sometimes I miss a little bit of the science and technology that goes into our products, but I'll tell you this: I've been around different comp plans, and I've seen some that have a great unilevel, a great direct commission type payout, and yet they kind of suffered in the generational payout area. And I've seen some that have a great generational type payout or check match type system, but they really suffer, like the examples we showed today, they really suffer in the unilevel payout, which is what most people become eligible to receive. And this is really the first plan I've seen where both of those main money-making channels are very strong, very reachable, and actually can generate money for you while creating this team-building element that helps you grow your organization. And I think it's part of it's probably Tom the Mauer's 60 years combined network marketing experience, and part of it is just their drive to be industry leading. And we can't really get the best products in the world into every home without having the best opportunity in the world. And I know they feel that way, and they want to make sure that this compensation side of things is up to par with what we're doing with manufacturing and formulations and the products we have. So again, thanks for putting this together, DW. Thank you to all of you that are on. We've got Mark, Macy, Helen, Eileen, Danielle, DW, Anne-Marie. Thank you for being on with me. And I'd be more than happy to answer any questions individually. My email is FLOSO, F as in Fabian, of course, LOS as in Sam, O, FLOSO at sizzleinternational.com. You're welcome to email me anytime, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you.